A couple of weeks ago on one of my live streams, Caitlin G asked me what kind of yoga practice is appropriate for people who are skeptical or reluctant to try yoga. And this is a great question because oftentimes we have friends or family members who we know could benefit from yoga practice, maybe because they have a lot of aches and pains in their body, or they're interested in improving their strength and flexibility, or even their balance. But for one reason or another, they're not willing to try it. Today's video is designed exactly with this person in mind. It's a short and simple yoga practice that can be done standing or sitting. And even though it's a short practice, it'll definitely give them the experience about how yoga can help their body feel better. My name is Zelinda, and I specialize in teaching yoga so that people with all kinds of bodies can participate and benefit. Let's get started. As I mentioned, this practice can be done standing or sitting. For the first 3 postures that we're going to work on, I'm going to demonstrate from a standing position, but if you prefer to start from sitting on a chair, that is perfectly fine. Regardless of whether you're standing or sitting, please lengthen your spine, relax your arms down, relax your shoulders. We're going to begin with 3 breaths, just a slow inhale and exhale through your nose if it works for you. You can go at your pace. Deep inhales, long exhales. Okay, now let's begin some movement. The first thing that we're going to work on is improving the mobility in your back. So bring your arms forward and up. You may have the feeling of lifting your chest. Then bring your arms forward and down. Again, arms move forward and up. Lift your chest. Exhale, forward and down. Go to the range of motion that's comfortable for you. We're going to do 2 more. Smoothly, arms go forward and up. And smoothly down. Notice if you're feeling any kind of stretching happening in your upper back. Okay, very good. Before we go any further, I want to make sure to mention that everything that we do in the yoga practice should feel comfortable. Nothing should feel painful. So please feel free to adjust any of the movements that we're doing so that they're comfortable for your body. Okay, let's now move on to our second yoga posture. And again, you can do this standing or sitting, but we're going to work on some twisting. So stretch your left arm out toward the side. And then twist, bringing your left hand onto your right shoulder. Then stretch your arm back out and release your arm down. Now we're going to go to the other side. Right arm stretches out. Twist and touch your shoulder. Stretch your arm out and rest it down. Now the left side again. Arm stretches out. Twist, touch your shoulder. Stretch your arm out, rest your arm down. Right side, arm stretches out, twist, touch your shoulder. Arm stretches out, rest this arm down. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Left arm stretches out, twist, touch your shoulder. Arm stretches out and rest down. Now the right side. Out, twist, out, and down. Last round, go slowly. Left arm out, twist, touch your shoulder, stretch your arm out, and rest it down. Now the right side. Out, twist, touch your shoulder, stretch your arm out, and rest your arm down. All right, good. Rest for just a moment. You can take 1 or 2 breaths here. Long breaths. Make sure you're breathing in and out through your nose if it works for you. Okay, here's the last posture that I'll demonstrate standing, and you can do sitting if you prefer. Step your feet wide, and we're going to work on some side bending to stretch out the sides of the body now. So stretch your arms out to the sides. Arms are going to be at about shoulder height. Palms are facing down. And then side bend to your left. And you can bring your left hand onto your left leg. Your right arm can stretch up if it's comfortable. Go ahead and move back to the center. Stretch your arms out. And then go to the right side. If you try this and you feel unbalanced, you feel it's a little bit unsafe or unstable, just bring your hand to your hip instead. Stretch your arms out. Rest your arms down. All right, let's do it again. Stretch your arms out. Side bend to the left. Right arm is either going up or to your hip, your choice. Stretch your arms out. Now to the right side. Stretch your arms out. Arms rest down. Stretch your arms out. Slow and smooth movements. Go to the left and the center and the right. Any range of motion is perfectly fine. Do what's comfortable for you. All right, here's the last round. Stretch your arms out. Side bend left. Arms move out. Side bend right. Stretch your arms out and rest your arms down. Very nice work. Step your feet together. If you're standing, take another little rest here with smooth breathing. 2 breaths. Okay, now we're all going to move to sitting. So please grab yourself a chair. Sit up toward the front edge of your chair and set up a comfortable and stable foundation. So what that means is let your feet be a little bit apart, maybe about hip width apart, and set your heels up so that they're below your knees. Okay, now that you've set up your comfortable and stable sitting position, let me tell you what we're going to work on next. In the next posture, we're going to work on stretching out in the hips. This is one region of the body that can become kind of tight and kind of stiff if we're not getting regular movement. The next posture might look a little bit challenging, but don't worry, I'm going to show you 2 different versions so that you can find the one that works best for your body. Generally, what we're trying to do is we're going to bend one knee and bring the ankle up, either over the other knee, or if you find that this is not going to be comfortable for you, you can use a second chair. And if you're using a second chair, you're just going to set it right in front of your knees. And you can, of course, bend this knee, bring the ankle up. And instead of bringing it onto your knee, you can bring it onto the seat of the chair. So go ahead and pick which one of these 2 options feels most appropriate for you today. And then once you set that up, we need to figure out what to do with the torso, because for some people, this is going to feel very, very tight. It'll be a lot of stretching. And if that's the case for you, it might be a good idea to lean back into the seat of the chair so that this remains comfortable and is not painful. But if it's comfortable for you to sit up, you could give yourself a little more challenge by lengthening up a little bit taller. Or if you want more challenge still, you can actually fold forward. So please keep in mind that whichever version that you're working on, it should feel comfortable. There should not be pain. And you're just going to stay in this position for a little bit so that some stretching can happen in the hip. Okay, we've been here a while because I've been giving you a lot of information. So let's go ahead and come up out of this one, and you can set your left foot down, and then we're going to go to the other side. Before we do that, please keep in mind that the 2 sides of the body may have a completely different experience. So just because you put your left ankle over your right knee, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to put your right ankle over your left knee. So figure out if you want to bring your ankle up onto a chair, or if it's appropriate to bring it up onto your knee. Pick your version. And then decide what you need to do with your torso here. Is it better to lean back? Is it better to sit upright? Is it better to do a little bit of a forward fold here? This one definitely will be the most intense. You'll feel some stretching happening in this hip. Some additional benefits that you may get from doing this posture regularly are a little bit of stretching in the back of your leg. You may even have some stretching in the front of the thigh. And you may get relief from low back pain or pain in the back of your pelvis. Sometimes if we have a lot of tension in the body, loosening up in one area can make other areas feel more comfortable. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and come up out of this posture, and you can set your right foot down and then give your legs and hips a break by just swishing your knees from side to side a little bit. Okay, for the next posture, we're going to work on forward folding, and we're not going to need the second chair. So if you're using one, go ahead and push it out of the way. All right, and now let's work on our forward folding sequence. Forward folding is beneficial for stretching out the backside of the body, and it can also be used for strengthening in your abdominal muscles and in your back and in your legs. Okay, this is how we'll do forward folding today. You can watch the first round if you want, or you can just join me from the beginning. Okay, you're going to bring your arms forward and up to shoulder height. Then bring your hands onto your knees and slide your hands down your legs. Then slide back up to your knees, lengthen your spine, and relax your shoulders down. If you think you'd be more comfortable with a wider stance, go ahead and do that. Perfectly nice idea to do that here. Let's continue. Arms come up to shoulder height. Hands move to the knees. Slide down and fold. Slide back up. Spine lengthens and relax your shoulders. Let's do two more. Arms come up to shoulder height. Hands to knees. Slide down and fold. Slide back up. Lengthen your spine and relax your shoulders. Here's the last one. Arms forward and up. Hands to knees. Slide down and fold. Slide back up, lengthen your spine, and relax your shoulders down. Very good work. Go ahead and step your feet a little closer together if that's more comfortable for you. To wrap up the practice, let's do a little bit of breathing again. In yoga, we do physical postures to benefit the body, and we do breathing practices to benefit the mind. Let's wrap up our yoga practice today with 4 breaths. You can count these breaths in your mind, or you can count them on your fingers if you prefer. The way that we'll work on this breathing is we want to focus on smooth inhales and smooth exhales, and you want to breathe, if possible, in and out through your nose. One last detail. What do you do with your eyes? You can keep your eyes opened or closed. You can do whichever one's comfortable for you. If you choose to keep your eyes open, I would suggest finding a focus point somewhere on the floor in front of you, and you can rest your gaze there so that you're not distracted by your surroundings. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Make any adjustments that you need to make to your sitting position. Lengthen your spine, relax your shoulders. Decide if you want your eyes closed or open. And then begin to work on your breathing. Smooth inhales, smooth exhales. Try to keep your mind focused on your breath. Keep your mind present in the moment. Long, smooth breaths. Whenever you finish, you can return to natural breathing and open your eyes. Very good work. I hope that you enjoyed this introductory type yoga practice. If you have any questions about anything that we've done or yoga in general, I would love to hear from you. I will put my contact information in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, you can subscribe and click the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new video. And that's usually once a week on Fridays. I'll see you next time.